you are the source seeking itself. And that play is called the play of existence.
So where the inquiry comes from?
From you. From your own self, inquiry come. Something inside here, for whatever reason, must have called this inquiry into play. I say your very beingness. At one time the beingness has been somehow following the mind, so to speak, hypnotized by its own mental projections, and then fell in love in some way, or fell under the spell of its own projections. And then gradually it became exhausted by the untrustworthiness of these mental modifications and play. And within this you may call a gradual yearning for freedom from these influences emerge. And as they become more developed, there arises as the inquiry within you, or maybe as devotion and surrender. Something wants to give up this sense of separate autonomy and to flow with the universal current. So then these forces come into play, like inquiring, or the sense of surrender, or of worship or devotion. They come spontaneously. It's not brought about by the mind. Okay, I think I'm going to inquire now. You see? Because it's read it in a book. But because even if this happens, it is also a way in which the consciousness is behaving for a while. I have this view, it may be called naive, but I feel everything in the universe is slowly on a slow cook to coming back to itself. It's coming back to a recognition that everything is swimming out of the one source, playing as diversity and manyness in this magnificent universe, and then somehow flowing back into the one source. Even when it's flowing out from the source, it's still flowing out and in the source, because the source is one with the manifestation, in fact. The source is not merely an aperture out of which this manifestation comes. The source is also immanent inside the very functioning of the manifestation as well. Nothing can exist without it. Therefore, even in each body, the source is present. And so this is why I refer to you as the source itself. Because inside your own being, the seeing of all that manifests as existence is being watched, passively maybe. How incredible, you know. Therefore, the saying that you are the source seeking itself, and that play is called the play of existence, the Leela. The self is searching for itself, identifying with a sense of other, which is also, other is also an aspect of itself, you see, but pointed outwards. And gradually it's learning to point inwards to the very source. These are words, they're language, they have their limitation. Fortunately, we are not language. We make use of language. We are much more sophisticated than language, than any language, because we are the beingness out of which the language itself arises and flows out as an instrument that carries a certain potential. Each word is only like a little fragment of this universal mirror that's reflecting back the self, always throwing the self back on itself. And this is amazing. Amazing grace. Very great.